part 2! Yay! Okay. Castiel's Burnt Wings asks, do you like pudding? If so, vanilla, chocolate, or caramel? I love pudding. I love pudding so much. But I like chocolate pudding because I've never had caramel. I'm not a big fan of vanilla pudding. I like vanilla stuff, but not a big fan of vanilla pudding. If I had caramel pudding, that might change. But right now, chocolate pudding. So delicious. Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this right because it's in Latin and I've tried. Damion et Angelus Domini, I think that's how you pronounce it, asked, when did you start watching Supernatural and why? So I've gotten, one other person that asked a question like this, Returning My Grace, I'm just going to kind of shove it into one. Returning My Grace asked, why did you choose to start watching Supernatural? So I'm going to kind of shove the two together. I started watching around mid-season 7. Of course, I didn't like jump into mid-season 7. That was just what was happening. That was what was happening at the time when I started watching it. Mid-season, I started watching because my dad, every morning when I used to come downstairs when he still lived with us, he would be watching Angel, which is the spinoff of Buffy. And I got really into Angel. And it would be like 2 episodes of Angel and 2 episodes of Charm, and I'd already be in school by then. So I never, stayed home from school, and I kept watching. So I woke up late, and I didn't have school, and no one else was in the house. So I went downstairs, and Supernatural was on. I was like, oh, I think I've heard my dad talk about watching this. So luckily, it was an episode in the first season, so I wasn't like, what the fuck is happening? It was the painting episode with that creepy girl in the painting. Yeah, it was that episode. So I watched that, and I got really into it, and there was 3 episodes afterwards, so I just sat there and watched all the episodes. And I got really into it, and I called my dad, and I was like, Dad, this is Supernatural. What season are you on? He's like, oh, I'm on season 6, but they're on season 7 right now. And I was like, what? So my dad really got me into most of my geeky things. He watched Day of the Doctor before me. He watches Warehouse 13. He watched Torchwood before me. He watched Doctor Who back, the old Doctor Who. That's when he started watching. Apparently the 6th or 7th Doctor is his Doctor. So that back then is when he started watching it. So he's watching all the new ones now, which is really cool. So my dad got me into pretty much all my geeky things. Batman, superheroes, Warehouse 13, Torchwood, Doctor Who, Supernatural. He got me into all of it. Okay, Samantha Hats in December, I keep messing that up, but that's really creative, asked, where do you think Crowley's blood addiction thingy is going? Okay, well, at first, I thought it was because he wanted to feel more because of the whole I want to be loved thing, and Sam going, what the fuck? But as somebody pointed out on Tumblr, it makes much more sense. If he has more human blood in him, he can get out of that devil trap. And that's crazy. But he can do that. And that's really smart thinking, obviously, for the King of Hell. But that's just incredible. And of course, they've gone hiatus after showing all this shit. But that's crazy. And I like that theory. That theory works really well because it could really possibly be true because he knows pretty much everything. Along with that question, she also asked, if you could ask any character, actor in Supernatural a question, what would you ask them and why? I'd love to just sit down and have a conversation with Felicia Day or Misha. Just sit there and talk to them, just have a ball. But honestly, I would ask Jared and Jensen where their Texas accents went. Because I reblogged a video that has Jared with a Texas accent talking to an interviewer in around the first season of Supernatural. And holy Texas accent, Batman, he had a thick one. And if he had one, Jensen had to have one. And I'd pay good money to see that footage. So I want to know where the hell that went. Because it doesn't just fade out like that. She also asked, what's your favorite holiday and why? Halloween's my favorite holiday. Because I get to dress up as whatever the fuck I want to be. And I get free candy. So yeah. And I like spiritual things. They're not spiritual, but spirits and supernatural shit, obviously. So I would definitely do that. My Mystery Anon asked, if you could bring a character back to life, who would it be? That's a tie. Because I'd love to bring Bobby back to the boys. Bobby's death was so emotional, and I need to bring him back. Either him or Meg, because Castiel doesn't even know Meg's dead, and that's gonna hit him really hard, and I don't like that. So I wish she would come back and Bobby. I'd bring both of them back. I'd be like, sorry, I can't have one without the other. So I'd bring both of them back. I'd go to Purgatory and find Meg. Oh yeah. I could just imagine her and Benny right now running around. That would be pretty fun. Okay, Supernatural SPN Family asked, how do you feel about the Misha apocalypse? I am sad that I was not involved in it. Like, I was not part of Tumblr when that happened. And it makes me so sad because that would have been so much fun. But I really appreciate it, and I can't wait for the Kevin one, which is going to happen after Christmas. So beware. Because they both, Misha and Osric, are like, yeah, go for it, do it. And I want Osric's Tumblr badly. You need to get him to 1 million followers on Tumblr, or Supernatural, or Twitter. Wow. So that would be very, very fantastic. The prettiest trickster on Earth asked, if you could make a TV show real, what would it be? That's a tie. I have too many ties. I would either bring Supernatural or Doctor Who to life. I'm looking at my Dalek poster over there, so I'm thinking Doctor Who. Supernatural, I'd be kind of afraid of, like, the monsters are actually real, but so would hunters, and I'm pretty cool to be one. So, I would bring that, or Doctor Who, because who doesn't want to look outside and see the TARDIS sitting out there, and you hear the noises and run, and I'd probably look like Jack Harkness running, Doctor! So, I'd bring one of those two back. I'd make them real. It'd be a lot of fun. And my last question is from an Anon. They said, do you read fanfic? And if so, what's your favorite? I do read fanfiction a lot. If you guys want to be cool and send me smut-filled Destiel fanfics, I'd probably die. I love smutty, the smuttier the better fanfics. So, if you have those and send those to me, you're pretty cool. And my favorite is Twist and Shout. Or this secretary one that I don't remember what it was called, but God, it was smutty. It was fun. Okay, so those are all the questions. I'm sorry if I rushed through them. I made a video before this answering all of them. It was 30 minutes long, and it wouldn't let me upload it, so I had to make it shorter, and I had to make it into 2 parts, and I'm sorry. But I really want to thank you guys all for following me, and the fact that I am a blogger that you would want to follow. Like, I want to talk to all of you. Seriously, come talk to me with anything. Even if I'm not online, I still get emails saying I have questions and stuff. So just send me one. Talk to me if you ever need any help. And feel free to play the Ask games, like when I post things that say, like, ask me this number or this questions, and it just has a list. Oh my gosh, my hair. I'm sorry. I love getting those, like, to tell you guys about myself, because it's pretty conceited, but it's pretty fun when people actually want to know about me, because I literally am just a URL to all you guys, and I'm really glad to actually show my face, and I want to see all your pretty faces too. So, you're all amazing, you're all beautiful, and you're all wonderful people, and thank you so much for following me. It means so much. Alright guys, I'll see you on my dashboard. Peace. That was stupid. Bye.